Joe Passarelli here. Wanted to weigh in my thoughts on one of my all-time favorites. Finally getting the opportunity to get inducted into the World Wrestling Entertainment Hall of Fame. That is none other than the one, the only, the cream of the crop, the Macho Man Randy Savage. Let me just tell you, rumors were circling for months that this was a possibility with the Randy Savage DVD coming out, the documentary, Lanny Poffo and Macho Man's mother being heavily featured, forgive me, I'm just got out of work, I'm a little tired, heavily featured on the DVD. It looked like the Macho Man Randy Savage was going to get in, and we all got reassurance on the Vince McMahon podcast, well, the Steve Austin podcast interview with Vince McMahon on the WWE Network last month, where Steve Austin flat out asked Vinnie Mac if the Macho Man was going to get in, and without batting an eye, Vince McMahon said yes, maybe this year, maybe next year, but it looks like, folks, finally, the final big wrong of the 70s and 80s and 90s, not to get in the WWE Hall of Fame. They righted the wrong of Ultimate Warrior last year, and finally, they are righting the wrong of the Macho Man himself, Randy Macho Man Savage, finally getting into the WWE Hall of Fame. It breaks my heart that Randy is not alive to accept this award, and we can't hear the acceptance speech of Randy Savage like we did with Ultimate Warrior and others. Of course, Ultimate Warrior taken from us right after that speech last year, but 4 years ago, Macho Man was taken from this earth, and still seems like yesterday in many ways. Doesn't seem like 4 years ago, and I know I choke up every time I watch that documentary, and they lead it off with the news headlines, Sports Center and everything, when Macho Man Randy Savage died. So my live reaction, as live as it could be, my reaction to the Macho Man Randy Savage getting in the Hall of Fame. It's about damn time, and we'll see who else gets inducted in the Hall of Fame to be, it'll be taking place in San Jose, California this year. I believe the home of the San Jose Sharks, if I'm not mistaken. Forgive my voice, folks, been a little bit under the weather, hence why I haven't been putting out a lot of videos lately. Stay tuned, should be doing a Raw review with Haley Imes on the Wrestling Throwdown channel later. Stay tuned to the Joe Passarelli channel. We're going to try to update you guys on as much content as possible. I know I haven't done much football or wrestling or sports reactions lately, and we're going to change that. Certainly been very busy with the beginning of the year with work and everything else, Gillette Stadium, RSW, and sleep and everything else going on. So big ups to everybody. Still subscribe to the Joe Passarelli channel. 2015 going to be a big year, and by all accounts, stay tuned to the Strike Zone. Going to be a big year for the Strike Zone. We'll be live 8 to 10 p.m. RICradio.org this Thursday with myself, Jason the Jazzman Jasinowski, Nate T-Money Grisk, and featuring the one and only Immortal Mike Sorkin. So, folks, thank you for everyone who have been waiting and pleading for a new video. And you know I had to do one on my man Macho Man finally getting the opportunity to get inducted. We saw TMZ break this story before Raw went on the air. Raw, the one good element about Raw is they kept showing the vignettes of Macho Man leading up to the actual announcement. I was actually live in Providence last year when they made the announcement that Warrior was getting in, and I was very pleased about that. But even more pleased that the Macho Man Randy Savage will finally get in. The only thing that'll make it sweeter is if Miss Elizabeth will get inducted as well. But I guess we'll see about that one. By the way, Hulk Hogan going to be inducting Macho Man Randy Savage. I don't know if I like that or not. I mean, there's just not that many guys alive left that would be appropriate. Maybe Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Certainly Lanny Poffo will probably accept the award on behalf of his big brother who passed away. Leaping Lanny Poffo, the genius himself. You know, it could have been Vince, I guess. No, obviously. You know, it could have been someone who was a fan of Macho Man. CM Punk would have been interesting had he still been around. But they ended up going with Hogan. Certainly a lot of history with Hogan and Savage. They did squash their beef towards the end of Savage's life, which is good to know. I don't know if this would have been Randy's choice. Maybe a guy like Diamond Dallas Page or Kevin Nash or Sting would have ranked higher on Randy's list than Hulk Hogan. But that's neither here nor there. Should be interesting to hear Hulk Hogan's introduction speech. And certainly will be great to see Lanny Poffo induct Randy Savage. But won't be the same as having the Macho Man there. Certainly myself and many Macho Maniacs will be feeling the loss that day. So big shout out to all the Macho Maniacs out there, the Macho Maniacs out there who continue to believe and continue to think this would be a reality. And I'm not going to lie, I teared up last night watching the announcement finally take place. My girlfriend actually busted my chops a little bit, but people don't understand. This is so long. You know, obviously Bruno Sammartino was a long time coming as well as Bob Backlund, but, you know, the connection that the Macho Man Randy Savage had with the fans, now finally you have Warrior, Savage, and Hogan, who really were the big three of the 80s and early 90s, and, it'll be great to finally see him get in. Macho Man, ooh, yeah, do it! Joe Passarelli, subscribe. Rest in peace to the great Macho Man Randy Savage. Congratulations on being inducted, finally, into the WWE Hall of Fame. Wrestling Throwdown later. Stay tuned. Strike Zone on Thursday. Y'all don't want to miss it. Joe Passarelli. Keep it real and keep it moving. Ooh, yeah, dig it!